The Sith Lords are extremely interesting creatures, especially of the era of Sith Lords before they were constantly battling with the Jedi Order. As is taught to all Sith Lords, they covet and desire power above all else. What this essentially meant in the ancient era, where there were thousands upon thousands of Sith Lords, is that their ruler would not go unchallenged unless they were supremely more powerful than any of the other Dark Lords. One Dark Lord so head and shoulders above the rest that no other would ever challenge their rule. And obviously for a Sith Lord with this power was extremely rare. Sith Lords like Tulak Hord, Naga Sadow, and Darth Vitiate. There were time periods though, up to hundreds of years during the ancient Sith Empire, where there was no one supremely powerful Sith Lord that ruled over the others. And because of this, many Sith sects actually began to grow, with each new group or tribe of Sith Lords proclaiming one emperor to rule their group, and then attempting to conquer the rest of their groups, with the Sith race having multiple civil wars over their history. In some cases, the wars ending with extinction level events. This was something that was extremely common for the ancient Sith, as there was one clear emperor for a time, but then another arose to challenge them. In the more modern era of Star Wars, but still of the Old Republic, two Sith Lords come to mind that did this. The first being the Sith Lord Darth Malak, who was originally apprenticed to Darth Revan, who proclaimed himself a Sith Emperor, and the other being the Dark Lord Darth Malgus, who fell away and became disillusioned with the Sith Empire because of their dealings with the Jedi, and therefore himself proclaimed himself an emperor. What's interesting about this is there's actually a name or title that goes along with these self-proclaimed, or rather false emperors. Sith Lords that claim that they're emperors and rulers over the Sith Empire, but not officially. Again, Sith Lords like Darth Malak and Darth Malgus, who never reigned over the entirety of the Sith Empire, just their own small groups. The title for this was known as a Magnus. The original translation for a Magnus in Sith tongue is all-powerful or Lord of Lords. However, it would later evolve into a title of a false Sith Lord, a Sith Lord who proclaimed that they were the Emperor, but illegitimately so. This was eventually a title that would die out, as the rule of two would be established, as there were simply far less Sith Lords to proclaim themselves false Emperor, and there was only one true group of Sith. In many cases, history does not favor the Magnuses of the Sith Empire, as Darth Malak would be killed by his former master Darth Revan, and Darth Malgus would be assassinated. If they had ever become legitimate Dark Lords of the Sith and rulers over the Empire, the title of Magnus would have gone away, as this only refers to Sith Lords who falsely become emperors. But it's interesting that in Star Wars lore, there is actually a title for these individuals, as it was far more common in the ancient Sith Empire. But what are your thoughts on this, and the title of a Sith Magnus, and how it basically means a fake or a false emperor? What are your thoughts of the Civil War era of the Sith Empire, and would you one day like to see that play out on screen? Anyway, my friends, thank you guys so much for watching. May the Force be with you, and have a great day.